Liberty Giblet.
We are pleased you have chosen to accept our invitation to attend the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry special midterm celebration in honor of head boy Ian's 8th birthday. First years attending this celebration will take part in an adventure quest, a special birthday feast featuring treats from 3 Broomsticks and Honeyduke's Sweet Shop in Hogsmeade, and a private picture film viewing in the Gryffindor Common Room. The celebration location and surrounding area is well protected by memory charms, so it will be safe to practice magic indoors and outdoors, weather permitting. First years are reminded to bring with them their sleeping robes, dental equipment, and their choice of nocturnal comfort creature. Please take the Hogwarts Express train to Hogwarts Academy, currently disguised as the Muggle home at 5200 Neosho. There you will find the magical door visible only to Hogwarts students, friends, and families. The password is Flibbertigiblet. We look forward to your arrival at Hogwarts. Sincerely, Madam Gould, Deputy Headmistress of Frolic and Feasts, Hogwarts Academy.
For my 8th birthday, I wanted a Harry Potter sleepover party with some friends, so I asked Mom if I could have a Harry Potter sleepover party with some friends. Mom, can I have a Harry Potter sleepover party with some friends?
When Erin heard Ian ask this question, she immediately said yes and started planning the various little thematic things she could do to bring the Harry Potter world to our little home. This past summer, Erin and Ian read the first book together. Erin knew Ian would love the story. After reading it with his mom, Ian read it by himself, and as predicted, he loved it. After reading the story, we ordered the movie from Netflix, and they had a little date afternoon watching the movie. This is where he came up with the idea for the thematic party.
Mom, can I have a Harry Potter sleepover party with some friends?
Yes, is what we said. We said he could have 5 friends over for dinner, we could watch the first Harry Potter movie, and have a sleepover.
Liberty Giblet.
Erin immediately entered the zone. This is a place she goes when she's planning events she's really passionate about. I love the zone because she comes up with the most creative ideas. For this party, she pulled all that she knew about Harry Potter and turned our little home into Hogwarts for the night. She created this beautifully written invitation for all of the kids. We hand-delivered these invitations so it would closely mimic delivery from an owl, like in the story. For dinner, Erin created a Hogwarts-style feast. The first thing she did was mimic the Hogwarts treats. The birdie bots of every flavor beans, the gummy basilisks, the tong-ton toffees, and the ginger newts. Then she set up a beautiful table complete with star decorations, fine linens, goblets for their mead, and our sterling silver place settings. In addition, each kid got a place setting with a quill pen, which she made from a plastic feather and a ballpoint pen, and a parchment trivia quiz for during the movie. Side note on the parchment, she made the parchment herself by, I guess, dipping paper into tea to age it, crumpling it up. It was all magic to me, but it really turned out authentic. After dinner, it was cake time. Here again, Erin performed her magic and created a wonderful cake decorated like the Sorting Hat. After cake, it was time for the quest. Erin really entered the zone for this part. She had spent the previous week writing and creating a scavenger hunt around the neighborhood. The boys were to read clues printed on parchment and follow a map to find treasures and more clues. It was a masterpiece of creativity and writing. Despite being a mere muggle, let me take you on the quest.
The quest. Harry Potter has been called away to the Ministry of Magic and needs your help. He needs to find and return several items to Hogwarts as soon as possible. In order to find all of the items, you will have to leave the Hogwarts grounds, something first years are not allowed to do. In order to avoid being seen leaving Hogwarts by Flinch, Mrs. Norris, or the Hogwarts teachers, you will have to retrieve Harry's invisibility cloak from Hagrid's hut, where it has been left for safekeeping. Keep your wands with you at all times, but remember that though protection charms and muggle-repelling charms are in effect, muggles may still cross your path. They should not see you perform any magic, as it confuses them greatly and draws unwanted attention to the wizarding world. Find your next instructions when you retrieve the cloak. Gryffindors, good job finding the invisibility cloak. Keep it close in case it's needed, but be sure not to let it fall into the hands of questionable wizards and known associates of you-know-who. Before continuing to the far side of the wizarding territory, you will need to stop at Gringotts Bank and get enough galleons to cover any unexpected expenses. A withdrawal from Harry's account has already been made and sent to Gringotts, Southern Isle, as it is much closer to Hogwarts than the Gringotts main branch in Diagon Alley. The galleons are being guarded by the Gimby Lion. To find Southern Isle, head south out of Hogwarts' main entrance. When you arrive at the first four-way crossroads, head west. The Isle and the Lion can be seen from the crossroads. Gryffindors, good job finding Gringotts' Southern Isle. Keep your money safe. A rash of unsolved robberies filed by muggles indicates Erklings, small elf-like creatures, have infested the area. Among their many undesirable traits is their ability to pick pockets. You now need to journey through the Muggle village to the far end of the Wizarding Enchanted area. On the east side of the territory, you will find the Dervish and Bang's Wizarding Equipment Test Gardens. Small satchels of gillyweed and mandrake root have been prepared for Harry's upcoming potions lesson. Without them, Snape is sure to charge Gryffindor at least 5 house points. Chances are good the wizards who work in the gardens have left for the day. If so, they will have left the satchels in the garden by one of the gates. Please leave 3 gold galleons by the north gate of the garden as payment. Gryffindors, thank you for helping Harry. Now that you have retrieved the gillyweed and mandrake root, start heading back west towards Hogwarts. On your way, you will need to retrieve the missing piece of Ron Weasley's Wizard's chess set. The White Queen was accidentally placed on an old book that had been turned into an unauthorized portkey. Without the Queen, Ron cannot compete in the All-House Wizards Chess Championship. His forfeiture could cost Gryffindor 20 house points. The end location of the portkey is the sign for the Muggle village of Fairway Manor, known as Little Wingding in the Wizarding world. The chess piece will be on or around the sign. Please be sure not to draw too much attention to yourselves as you search for the chess piece. The sign sits on Muggle property, and the resident Muggles are beginning to show signs of distress from the repeated application of disillusionment charms. Gryffindors, well done finding Ron's chess piece. Your last task is to find a page of Hermione's notes on palm reading. Harry borrowed it last week while writing a report for divinations class, and then he misplaced it. A house elf reports to have seen the page in the hands of Parvati's Patel, who is known to meet with several other Gryffindor girls by the Eastern Light across from the entrance of Hogwarts. When asked about the notes, Parvati admitted she had taken them from the Gryffindor common room, but she doesn't recall where she left them. A search of Hogwarts has not been successful. Hermione insists the pages be returned immediately. Her own divinations exam is next week, and she will not leave Harry alone until it is returned. Please check at the Eastern Light to see if Parvati left the page there. If they were, please return them with the chess piece and potions ingredients. Once you have done with your search, head back to Hogwarts. Be sure to use the entrance behind Hogwarts, as the front gate will be closed for the night.
Wow, bravo, Erin. Of course, Ian loved this part, but his friends were a little distracted by the magic wands they all got before they left on the quest. Erin had made magic wands for each kid, and they were much too fun for casting spells or shooting lasers or sword fighting. Back at the Hogwarts school, the kids popped popcorn and settled in for the movie. After the movie, the boys all went to sleep in their sleeping bags and dreamed about Harry Potter, or at least their magic wands. In the morning, we made pancakes, had some magic wand fun, and declared the School of Wizardry closed. I will admit, I am not a big Harry Potter fan, but I am a huge Erin Gould fan. And after this party, I'm thinking about starting a fan club. Happy birthday, Ian.
Liberty Giblet.